Merab Dvalishvili has laid it out clearly. If Umar Nurmagomedov wants another shot at the title, he's got some serious work to do. After submitting Sean O'Malley at UFC 316, the Georgian champ already has his eyes on the number 4 ranked bantamweight Corey Sandhagen for his next defense. But during a Q&A at UFC Baku, when asked about the possibility of running it back with Umar, Merab didn't mince words. He stated that Umar would need at least one more win before even entering the title conversation. And even then, Merab hinted it might take more than just one solid performance to truly earn it. He kept the door open, but made it clear there won't be any shortcuts. That said, he also added that when the UFC does give Umar his opportunity, Merab will be there, ready to go. On the UFC side of things, Dana White hasn't dismissed the idea of the rematch either. During UFC 316, he acknowledged that Umar could be an intriguing opponent for the champ, calling the rematch something that would only add to Merab's legacy. And let's be honest, there's a case for that. Merab's on a 13-fight win streak, with 6 of those victories coming against former champions. Dana's comments align with what many in the MMA world are saying. The Georgian star is already entering bantamweight GOAT territory. Beating a fighter like Umar twice, that's the kind of thing that cements your legacy.
What do you think about Umar Nurmagomedov's rematch?
Umar has to fight one more, or maybe 2 more, maybe 3 more. We'll see. And yeah, I'm here, I'm fighting, and whenever UFC will give him title fight, I'm here.
Would you want to see this rematch between Merab and Umar happen? And how do you see it going down? Moving up next, we have Ilia Topuria loses it on Islam Makhachev after recent comments. Now onto the drama between Islam Makhachev and Ilia Topuria, because there's been a big development on why that super fight didn't get booked and fans are talking. Ilia recently sat down with veteran MMA reporter Kevin Ioli, and during their conversation, Kevin revealed some behind-the-scenes insight from Team Makhachev. According to him, the reason the fight fell through is because Islam's team doesn't think Ilia is a global star, at least not yet, especially not in the American market. Their concern? The fight wouldn't sell big or create the hype they were hoping for. Naturally, Ilia wasn't having it. He fired back with some heat, calling Islam irrelevant, and even going as far as saying that people in Dagestan don't really care about him. But Ilia didn't stop there. He doubled down and made a massive claim. He said he's going to dominate Charles Oliveira everywhere, in striking and grappling, all of it. That's a huge thing to say, especially when Charles holds the record as the UFC's top submission artist. If Ilia does pull that off, it won't just be a win. It'll be a warning shot to the entire lightweight division, including Islam.
I talked to members of his team at length about it, and the one thing a lot of them said was that what does he bring to the table? They mentioned size was an issue for you, and they also said that you're not an attraction in the U.S. and that people don't know you and that you don't sell pay-per-views and everything.
I don't know what to tell you, to be honest. They talk so much bullshit. They act like they invented the sport. They do what they are told to do. That they said that they wouldn't vacate the belt, they would move up to the welterweight division, that I wouldn't get the title shot directly, that I had to do one more fight to get the shot. And what happened at the end? Who gives a f what they say? No one gives a f about him. That's Islam. No one gives a f. Even in Dagestan, when he's fighting, the people goes to sleep and they watch his fight in the morning. Even at home, who gives a f about Islam? Islam, he doesn't even know how to pronounce 2 words.
Moving up next, we have Jon Jones retires and Tom Aspinall is champion. Switching gears, biggest headline of the weekend, Jon Jones is done. Dana White has officially confirmed that Jon Jones has retired. Speaking during the UFC Baku post-fight interviews, Dana announced that Tom Aspinall is now the undisputed UFC heavyweight champion. Yep, the belt is his. Take the title away from Jon Jones. He called us last night and retired. Jon Jones is officially retired. Tom Aspinall is the heavyweight champion of the UFC. Moving up next, we have Khamzat Chimaev arrested in Baku after physical altercation. On to another unexpected twist, Khamzat. Chimaev got caught up in something wild during his time in Baku. In a recent sit-down with Russian blogger Nikita Afremov, the undefeated middleweight dropped a surprise story about what went down just days ago. Chimaev was in Baku for UFC Baku, not to corner anyone, but to support his teammate Rafael Fiziev, who was competing. His presence was confirmed through multiple Instagram stories showing him around the city and backstage at the event. In the interview, the conversation shifted to the recent arrest of Russian blogger Mikhail Litvin, who allegedly got into a brawl back in Russia. Khamzat, who personally knows Litvin, shared his thoughts and then casually dropped the bomb that he had a similar situation himself in Baku. Khamzat explained that he was approached by a man he initially thought was a fan, but it quickly turned into something else. The guy started provoking him, and the situation escalated. It ended with the man on the ground, and Khamzat being taken in by police for questioning. No word yet on whether anything more will come of it, but the timing is wild, especially with Chimaev being in the spotlight ahead of his title fight with Dricus Du Plessis later this year. Here's what Khamzat said. "Yeah, I heard what happened with Litvin. It's a shame really, because I get where he's coming from. When someone crosses the line and disrespects you, it's hard to just keep calm and ignore it. At the same time, you've got to realize your actions have consequences. Something similar happened to me recently here. Some random guy who I thought was a fan first walked up and started running his mouth. It escalated, and next thing I know, he's on the ground. Cops picked me up, took me to police department, and I spent hours getting questioned. Situations like that can pop off fast." That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss a thing. We'll catch you in the next one.